Karoline Leavitt, for the life of her, by golly, folks, just can't seem to figure out what it is that people are so upset about with Donald Trump being friends with Jeff Epstein. Right? I mean, what is the big deal? Now, here's why I say this. Last week, when we got the big document dump on Monday, and of course we saw the birthday card, and then the infamous photo of Jeffrey Epstein holding up a giant novelty check of $22,500, Trump's name on the bottom of it like he signed it, showing Trump jokingly purchasing a, quote, depreciated woman for that amount of money. And it's a big funny joke, right? Women are depreciated in value, and Trump bought one from Epstein. And Karoline Leavitt came out and defended it last week and said, that's not Trump's signature on the check. Nope, not his signature. Yeah. The signature on the check wasn't the issue, though, Karoline. And that's why I say she doesn't get it. She doesn't seem to understand. First and foremost, Karoline, you can't even walk into a bank with a giant novelty check and cash it, okay? That's not something you're like, nope, he never signed the check. You can look through the bank records. Jeffrey Epstein did not cash the gigantic check. No, nobody thought he did, idiot. Nobody thought he did. I have not seen this explained better than the way Amanda Marcotti at Salon.com explained it, about how Karoline Leavitt clearly just doesn't get it. So let me read you this from Marcotti. No one had accused Trump of signing the check. Leavitt, who isn't as stupid as she pretends, knew full well what was going on. Now, see, that's where I differ from Marcotti. I don't think she's smarter than she's pretending. No, I think she is genuinely this dumb. Genuinely this stupid. Really is. This isn't an act. This is a person with like 2 brain cells, and one of them is already in hospice. Anyway, Marcotti continues. The joke's premise was that both Epstein and Trump saw women not as human beings, but as objects to be used however men see fit. As the word depreciation suggests, the metaphor here is that this woman was more like a car than a person. She had no rights that a man needed to respect. The president's public attitudes about women and the experience of at least 3 women who felt victimized in the world inhabited by Trump's close friend Epstein and those in his orbit, all too often, men like this get away with these attitudes because they convince enough people that, while it may be gross, it's ultimately just decadent, consensual behavior that harms no one else. When Karoline Leavitt gets behind the podium in the Brady briefing room and excuses, lies, or otherwise deflects inquiry into Trump's association with Epstein, she's contributing to a system that allows women and girls to be abused every day without consequence. It's why her unblinking shamelessness is so unnerving. On some level, no matter what she tells herself at night, she is participating in the cover-up of details related to a reported sex trafficking ring. How does she even begin to sleep? My guess is on a pile of money next to her elderly husband. But, that's just my guess. But Marcotti, aside from thinking Leavitt actually has a brain, is correct. The issue of that picture is not, oh my God, Trump bought a woman. It's the joke itself. It's that they took the joke to the point of printing out, having, printed at a place. You had to walk into a place to get those things printed, those big giant checks. And they filled it out. Somebody did, maybe not Trump, but somebody did. There were multiple people involved in this humorous joke about women having no value. That's not funny. But they thought it was freaking hilarious. And the joke apparently went right over Karoline Leavitt's head, thinking that people were mad about his signature on the check. It doesn't even look like his signature on the check. But he was in on the joke, and he thought it was hilarious. And Karoline Leavitt, as per usual, swing and a miss on trying to defend the indefensible regarding Donald Trump. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.